It says, my son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my laws, statutes, commandments with you at all times. We got to find a way how to do that. Keep my commandments and live. Verse 2. And my laws as the apple of thy eye. You should make that very, very important. Whatever the apple of your eye is, there's something or someone that you love, something or someone that you're always trying to please, trying to be loyal to. So we got to find a way how to be loyal to the law, how to make the law important to us. It's easier said than done. This is all about application. And it ain't gonna happen overnight, but progress is progress. So we gotta figure out a way how to keep this law with us. Verse 3 says, bind them upon thy fingers. Bind means to tie, attach. Write them upon the table of thine heart. You gotta write them, tattoo them inside your head. So you got to attach yourself to the commandments or to his law some type of way. The one way that the easiest way that we do that is when we wear our tassels and our fringes, because we had a law with us. That's what it's for, to remind us of the law. So I don't see nobody with no rings and had the commandments attached to their fingers or have them tatted. Well, we can't get no tattoos anyway. Have them bound up on their fingers. And you got to find a way how to keep this in your heart. What I'm doing, what I do is I read every morning, and then I'm trying to because I just take one proverb, one or two proverbs, maybe three. Read it in the morning, read it for lunch, read it when I eat. That's how I attach it to me, because I eat. We're supposed to eat 3 times a day. So if you used to saying your grace before you eat your food, that's the time, the opportunity right there. We'll make time all day to text who we want to text to, check our emails, check our messages. We do that all the time. And we won't have to discipline ourselves to try to attach ourselves to the Most High more than what we're doing. We got to do more than what we're doing. We got to find a way how to keep these things, keep this stuff with us, because he's going to tell us how to stay strong and what challenges that's going to lie ahead of us. Verse 4 says, say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman. Meaning, like make this like a relative, make this close as a brother and or sister. And we got to find a way how to do this. It's easier said than done. It can be done. It's all application. I mean, it ain't one day that we carry our phone with us and don't use it. We use a phone every day. So, like, if you really want to know, we are without excuses as far as wanting to connect. It's all about discipline. But if we train ourselves to do this, so we'll do it more and more. We'll do it more and more. The discipline part comes in the training, making yourself read it at lunchtime, making yourself read it when you get ready to eat. I attach the scripture to the food because I'm always saying my grace before I put anything in my mouth. And that'd be my chance, because I'm saying the grace. So I'm going to send a shout out to the Most High, and I'm going to say my proverb right then. And until if I keep practicing, then I'll be able to do more. I'll be doing more than that, probably. I want to do more than that, because I want this to be me and wisdom. I want it to be an ongoing, growing relationship, because this is our protection. If we really look at what it's saying, this is our protection. The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Those are 3 principles that Proverbs always highlight. and they say them in 1,000 different ways. So we got to become more acquainted with the law, which means that for those that don't know law, we got to go back and read the law. When we did do all this together, we found out that the law, all the law don't apply to everybody. You know, we do what applies to us. He told us how to do it. So we got to get to know what the law is, practice it, make it a part of us. You know, we got to do more discipline now at our age because we are older. But those kids like Asha, Zaria, Jacob, they coming up in this stuff. So if it's taught to them, they're gonna already know it. It's gonna become natural to them. So we try to teach this stuff to our kids and our grandkids, so it could be like natural to them, and it'll be a little easier for them if they don't know nothing about that other stuff that we learned about. See, we got to unlearn that stuff, and sometimes we don't want to let go of some of the stuff that we learned. But it ain't like really no big problem with us because a lot of stuff that we see that the script, the Tanakh say, we actually roll with it without resistance. But anyway, it says, "Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister."
You have finished verse 4, right?
I was I gotta do the second half.
Right. It says, "Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman."
Mm-hmm.
So anybody who got like a big sister or whatever the case may be in here, you understand what it's saying, because that big sister is the one that you will go to like for guidance when you aren't sure of certain things, and you know that your sister gonna give you good advice. She's not gonna lead you wrong because she love you, right? I see Malika and her sister. They talk all the time. She called her sister for advice whenever she's stuck about something. And her sister always, to the best of her ability, give her what she can. So that's the relationship they want us to have with wisdom.
Right.
Because that's, and plus that sister, that older sister, she's gonna nurture you too like a mother. And when she sees something wrong, she's gonna call it out and just tell you, hey, be aware of that. Like, I don't think you should do that. Because that's what wisdom does for us. Like when we acquire wisdom, it'll keep us from certain people, to keep us away from certain things. Like, you know, when you have your oldest sibling or whatever that's a ways older than you, they let you know, hey, you don't need to be hanging around with that person, because that person is just gonna lead you into trouble. So wisdom always gonna be there to lead you in the right direction. It's on us to listen to the voice when it's talking to us, to listen to wisdom, to understand when wisdom is reaching out to us and telling us to go a different route. Don't take this way. Or maybe you shouldn't be hanging around with these people. Because we'll always get that nudge. There'll always be something in us telling us this person may not be right for us. Whether we choose to listen to it or not, that's a different story. But it's always there.
Someone else, a new voice. But anyway, the first 4 verses is going to prepare us for what's going on in verse 5. This is how you be protected, and this is like really in relationships, especially the men.
And hold on, Al. just to go a little deeper in that, I told y'all about my uncle or whatever, right? But my mom, anybody that know my mama and my uncle relationship, that's her brother, but that's her firstborn, because that's how she treat him. I don't care what you say about him. He can't do no wrong in her eyes. She ain't gonna see it, right? But she had been kind of warning my uncle, and a lot of people have been warning my uncle because of where he worked. He worked where he lived, and it was real dangerous. And they kept warning him to, you gotta leave, you gotta leave that area, find something better. They kept warning him that, and he was actually on his. Today, he would have been moving out of that area into a better area, but he died before he got the chance, and he died in the apartment building to where he lived and where he was a security guard for. So, like we were saying, it's like it's always on us whether we're gonna listen to that voice or not.
Warning
It's
before
on us,
destruction.
right? So it's on us whether we do right or we ignore it.
Right. And to be honest, when we ignore it and we get it and it blow up in our face, we ready to blame somebody else. If it wasn't for you. And that's the stuff we got to get out of. Because wisdom was that we chose to ignore it.
Yeah, I had to call on her emergency.
Mm-hmm. So the first 4 verses preparing us for what's going to happen in verse 5. Again, we know how many wives and how many concubines Solomon had. Solomon sharing his experiences, strength, and his hope, hoping that we'll learn from the mistakes that he made. And he wrote it all down so that we could take heed to it and we can avoid some of the pitfalls that light going to bring about. It says, say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman, that they, who is they? The wisdom and understanding and the commandments, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words. The ones, the pretty ones, the live ones, this ain't all women. This ain't all women. This, y'all know which one to talk about, the fast ones, the ones that's about game and wisdom. If we find a way to learn what the commandments are and keep these commandments and make them a part of us, we don't have to get caught up in this here stuff. This should be like, we'll grow to a point to this to be beneath us. Because we'll be done grew that much in the law. It says the strange
And
woman
also, think about that relationship where it says wisdom as the sister and understanding is thy kinswoman, right? And it's a reason why, like, when we see that when it's referring to wisdom and like the Holy Spirit or whatever the case is, it's a feminine, you know what I'm saying, spirit, right? But that your mama, your sister, your auntie, they peep game about women before we would naturally see women. They could be around a woman for a minute, a little second, meet them for the first time, and they'll let you know that woman ain't about nothing. Keep the eyes open.
Mm-hmm.
Don't trust her.
Mm-hmm. And that's another thing, that when you really have that relationship with wisdom, understanding, and the law, and it talks about keep it like a big sister. You know what I'm saying? And seek wise counseling. See, when we keep that, when that chick holler at us, and we keep that to ourselves, we don't go share that because that's a test that's coming about. Because it make us feel something. It may flirt. It says she flattered it with her words.
Mm-hmm.
They can tell an old man that, boy, you sure don't look nowhere near your age. And all of that stuff, they know exactly what to say. And they may feel good if nobody ain't said it to that person in a while. But when you keep that stuff to yourself, it can grow. But when you seek wise counsel, and it just felt good to be complimented, it go right back where it's supposed to go at. Instead of me getting around the fellas at the job like, boy, a little bad one tried to holler at me. You know what I'm saying? When I say that there, I'm highlighting it, and then my whoever I'm around, they're gonna feed it. And I'm doing it to myself from that point. And then, I mean, like, when we operate in wisdom and stuff, if I just like, look, well, I'm married. I ain't even cool. I ain't even try the same thing that Joseph said to Potiphar's wife. He said, my Lord have given me everything, put me in charge of everything. He gave me everything except for you. And you think I'm gonna disrespect God and your husband? That's the point we had to get to. She said everything she could say to Joseph and got aggressive with him, grabbed him.
He tried to take it.
Mm-hmm.
And we ain't nowhere near strong as that. Because some of us, all they got to do is say the word. Let alone try to grab my clothes, take my clothes off. I ain't going to resist. But this is when we're operating without wisdom. Because that stuff lead to all type of stuff. We just talked about in cyber class. Guys getting set up by girls and vice versa.
All right. Close the door.
And you know what? A strange woman can consist of a woman also that will take you away from the Most High. Not only in a sexual way or
every way.
in other ways, like causing them to do something that goes against the law, serving other gods and idols and all.
That's what happened to Solomon.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Solomon's sharing this here. Yeah, they can pull you out away from the Most and draw you into whatever they got going on.
And always, every time you're involved with this woman, your life going down the drain.
Mm-hmm.
You were doing good, but every time you start messing with this chick, things start getting hectic.
Mm-hmm.
It's that strange woman. It's the woman that Solomon is warning about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, what you was just talking about as far as with Joseph, read some of the the other books as far as the other books outside of the Tanakh as far as like Book of Jubilees and what was not, and it says that uh the wife that was trying to entice Joseph told the husband, get him, because she saw him at the market, say get him, with the intent that after a while she purposely sought him out after she saw him and to bring him into the house.
Mm-hmm.
Now, even though it was the most high intent to position Joseph, but she had ulterior motives and just the intent probably just to sabotage him from the get-go, just to have it her way.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So when it says a strange woman, there's anybody outside of your spouse.
No. That strange woman could be your spouse too.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the strange woman is anyone that goes astray from the path that you're on.
Pull you away from that path.
Right.
Mm-hmm. When we talking about, I don't mean to keep bringing up my uncle and stuff, but this is kind of relationship. It was a kind of marriage that he was in with like a strange woman that anytime he was away from her, his life was going good. He was getting his stuff together. Anytime he got involved with her, things just went hectic. My mom and a bunch of my mama, his ex-wife, who was his baby mama, his other baby mama, my uncle, they all believed that this woman might have set him up to be killed. So that strange woman could be a wife as well.
I can actually confirm that that is actually true. Yes, I know a couple of family members that actually got in a situation where they either got locked up or been or just got set up where they lost a whole bunch of money or some actually got killed. I can actually say that. Yes.
Right. So that strange woman don't necessarily have to be somebody outside your wife. It could be your wife too if you marry the wrong woman. And this woman ain't been nothing but a thorn in your side the entire time. That's what they could be. That woman take you off the path that you've been walking.
Yeah, I'm sure the women that had Solomon worship false gods, they are strange women too. They were some of them were his wives, but anybody that take you from the Most High and is feeling different than the way the Most High wants you to be, living, then they can be strange women, even if you married to them.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they
Mm-hmm.
could also be not necessarily just the wife. That could be the sister-in-law or the daughter or the niece or whomever.
Right. But anyway, Solomon is preparing us for that.
Brother Al?
But learning not the exercise women is, I mean, learning how to exercise wisdom is a process that we got to get, we got to practice and get good at.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get acquainted with it, and we got to get good with it, good at it, obedient.
You had cut out for a little bit.
Hmm?
You cut out for a little bit.
Oh, what I said?
But I think you get the gist of it, what he was saying, but you cut out for a little while.
You just saying,
Okay.
But then
yeah.
also a quick question, could also this could also just not just be a actual strange woman, but it could just be the spirit of a strange woman that could be upon a woman or it could also be on a man as well. Just by question.
Right. So when we exercise in wisdom, oh yeah, I was talking about getting acquainted with wisdom and stuff. When we exercise in wisdom, right? Um, and if you're not, it's like it says, use wisdom as a wise counselor, like a family member or a relative, or you know what I'm saying, or you seek wise counsel from somebody that are following those principles and stuff. When we run stuff past people and we be honest with people, we'll get good advice because it kind of like help refocus you.
Mm-hmm.
For us that's really trying to pass these tests. And I ain't talking about the ones that's going us that's gonna go to somebody that's gonna tell us what we want to hear, gonna feed our sickness up. You know what I'm saying? That ain't good. That's not godly counsel. That's
Mhm.
foolishness.
And and also, like when you think about this, the wisdom being the sister and the understanding, then you think about the strange woman, right? Because a lot of times it's like this for both man and woman, right? The good, oftentimes the good woman is overlooked because you may think to yourself she boring, and just like the good man is overlooked, you might think he a lot of females be talking about simping and all this kind of stuff, right? But at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, they gonna build you up, make you to be a better person. They ain't gonna cheat on you. They ain't lying.
Right.
When they go out somewhere, that's exactly where they tell you they going. That's exactly where they going. You could trust them. You ain't got
Right.
to be wrecking your brain, wondering when you at work to be calling the female every 20, 30 minutes because you don't trust her. You think that she doing something she ain't supposed to.
On FaceTime. Where you at?
Right? Because you don't have wisdom on how to pick and choose the woman or the man that you want to be with. See, all wisdom plays a part in that as well, and picking the right spouse for yourself.
Mhm.
Because a lot of people pass up on the right person just to get the wrong person, and then to get mistreated, and then look at and say, "Oh, why does this happen to me?" Oh, it ain't no good man. There ain't no good female out there. Yeah, it was. You just ain't want them. It was too safe for you. It was too boring for you.
What
It
the song say?
wasn't that excitement.
Good boys ain't no fun. And how that song go?
Mhm.
Good men ain't no fun and bad boys ain't no good. Y'all know that
Mhm.
song I'm talking about. It's a whole bunch of them like that.
I was just gonna say it's a couple of songs like that.
Right.
Right. But wisdom, like, keep you away from that.
Right.
Right.
You talking about Mr. Wrong.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All them songs.
Mm-hmm. That part right there.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you'll be busting the windows out of the car. Bang.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, verse 6 says, For at the window of my house I looked through my casement and beheld among the simple ones, simple, that's one that's without wisdom at all. And I discerned among the youth, saw a young one, a young man, void of understanding. I mean, he was green. He didn't know nothing. He didn't have no wisdom. He ain't had no guidance.
Naive.
Going by what he
Mm-hmm.
see, because she looked. Y'all know how they. Like the strippers, looking like that. All everything showing, and she knowing just what to say and whispering sweet nothings in his ear and all this here stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And sit back watching this dude because he already know what's gonna happen. Just like Solomon always already know what's gonna happen to us if we try this. I mean, if we go for the strange woman, he already know. He wrote the book. He already know how it's gonna go. He dealt with every type of female, so he already know how it's gonna go. So now you got this dude watching his guy finna make this mistake. And it says, verse 8, passing through the street near her corner, and he went to the way of her house. What we read in chapter 6 said, make sure you do not go to her house.
Let's say stay far from her. Far
Stay
from
far from her, just like Joseph did.
Okay.
her. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because the more that and now you could tell that this dude, the same dude, didn't have nobody he sought counseling from. He just was caught up because she was super, super bad.
Okay, I get it. I get it. Okay. So this is almost like a booty call.
Yeah. It says, verse 9, in the twilight, I mean, it was late night. Y'all already know what the lick is that
That's
time of
what I
night.
said. That's what I
Freaks
said.
come out at night. What?
That's why I said it's like a buck. Wow.
So y'all thought for all y'all that thinking the booty call was something new. This been going on.
Wow, he said in the twilight, in the
In
evening,
the twilight, in the evening, in the black.
and the dark.
So, I mean, it was pitch black. Ain't nobody can see nothing. That's when we think we getting away with something.
Hey, I got a question for y'all. Do anybody remember who got caught up in the booty call? One of the patriarchs.
King David.
Judah.
Judah.
Yeah, that was Judah.
He went tricking one night, and he got tricked by his daughter-in-law
Mm-hmm.
to have, and she got pregnant by him.
She had a whole costume, whole disguise and stuff.
She tricked herself to look like a prostitute.
And he went tricking.
We did read that. We read that.
Yeah.
So it's warning us, all the tricksters.
Right.
In the nighttime. Ain't that many, it's not as many respectable people out in the nighttime as it is in the daytime. Some people work at night, you know what I'm saying? But like a lot of us, that's our socializing time, that's club time, that's the pool hall time, that's go get with the girls and have some drinks, and you know what I'm saying? Like that's when all of that stuff, that's when it's those peak hours, when the most foolishness is gonna start, when the most lying and cheating and the most law-breaking parts gonna start. That's when the fringes get tucked up under the bed and threw behind the closet.
And verse 10 is like really like, behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot and willy of heart. That's just like what happened to Judah.
Woo! That says what yours said, willy of heart, wily. And this one say subtle, like the serpent. Knew what to say. Straight game.
She is loud and
I see one that I got one right there. And when they do it all the time. They even send you a drink down there. Tell him I'm buying ask him what he's drinking. Female buy me a drink. You can't tell me, boy. She don't. I mean, boy, look at here.
Boy, that was way back in the days, boy. You ain't boy, ain't no girl buying you no drink, boy.
No, I'm saying we talking about somebody with game.
Yeah, you're right. You'll be won over.
She don't mean you no good. She got all the right words to say. That was time. Now listen to this now. It says, and behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot. She had on the booty shaking shorts. She had a, you know what I'm saying, she had the twins out on all highlighted, and you know what I'm saying. You know she ain't have no long skirt. She said she was dressed up like a hoe, a harlot, a shone. It
Blue
says,
eyelashes.
and it says she is loud. What's up? No. She loud, stubborn. You can't tell her nothing. And her feet abide not in her house. So she ain't staying home. You ain't finna make me out no housewife. No housewife.
she ain't
That's out the door.
She outside. Wow. Okay. She outside for real.
She ain't never home. She ain't never home, but the legs always open.
Mm-hmm.
This that woman, this that man that you want to avoid. But they so charming. You know what I'm saying? Like that woman, she's so fine. That dude, so handsome. Like, you know what I'm saying? And always got the right words to say. This
Right.
that type of person that you want to avoid.
And from what we've been reading, he done already went too far. He had the point of no return when he walked in her house. Because ain't no way she couldn't let him leave.
Like she could let him leave, but she probably done, you know what I'm saying, done work that thing on him so good to where he
Yeah.
hooked.
Before that. I'm talking about before that. Because once you sitting there, like, nah, I'm just gonna when you lie to yourself and say, I'm just gonna chill and see what she talk about. Once you go to her crib, this is what Solomon warned us: don't even step foot in our house. Go all the way around the other way. You're at the point of no return at that
Hey,
point. Because
yeah,
your
boy.
body done started responding. You
Mm-hmm.
wait over.
Cause once she dressing like she dressing like that or whatnot, and you following her house, ain't no chill.
Yeah,
Ain't
it's
no
not
chill.
too many men that's gonna say no at that point.
Right.
Right. That's what
You
he
already
said.
done lost the
He
battle.
return.
It's just like
Mm-hmm.
the part about fire. Like they playing with fire, their clothes gonna
Right.
get burned.
Right.
Stuff
And
like
that's
that.
what it
Mm-hmm.
said in chapter 6. It said, who can walk on hot coals and not feet get burnt? Who could put fire on their clothes and their skin don't get burnt? That's what it's like playing with this woman.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you're talking about a cobra, a snake. Just entice you, alluring.
Right. And it's even explaining, and we know this type. They loud, they'll cuss you out in the heartbeat, stubborn, can't tell them nothing. And her feet, she ain't never home.
Ain't never
Verse
home.
12,
She a busybody.
she's a busybody. Now she's without. Verse 12 says, now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. She finna get that bag right. And you next on the list. Y'all ever saw what it was, Harlem Nights? When with the girl Sunshine, when the dude took her
Yeah.
home and his wife and said, hey, put your mom on the phone. I ain't never come back home no more. Have a good life. Just walked away from everything, just like and she ain't want him. She ain't want him. But he let go lost everything. And that's what it told us in verse 6. It said that you will hasten into poverty. That's what it told us in verse 6. Like you're gonna go down real fast dealing with this chick. You're gonna lose everything in one walk. And she gonna be gone. Just like that. And you're gonna be disarrayed and disbelief. Like how? And this is the stuff that Solomon trying to get us to avoid. And he giving us the weapons, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. The Proverbs. He giving us the law. The Proverbs keep highlighting the law. Keep highlighting the law.
Mm-hmm.
And the safest place to be is in your own house with your own wife. You can't go wrong with the Most High that way. And especially if your wife got the fear, if she fear the Most High, the more fear that she got, the more safer you gonna feel. And the more fear you got, the more safer she gonna feel. Because we'll get to the point to our objective, if not to let God down. We don't let God down, then our wife's gonna benefit from all that. Because he the one tell us to make your wife your friend, have fun with your wife and all this stuff. So if we make him happy, it's gonna please her too. You kill two birds with one stone, one with the commandments.
You hear that, hubby?
Well,
All
what
right.
would it say? It say her feet abide not in her house, right? Not look what she at. It's verse 2 say, now she is in the streets, now in the broad places, and lieth wait at every corner. So she caught him and kissed him with the impudent face, and she said to him, sacrifices of peace offerings were due from me, This day have I paid my vows. She said, boy, I've been praying for you. And here you come. I've been looking for you all day. And I
First one gotta
finally
wait.
got you.
They gotta pay.
Peace out.
She said so. She said so. She said so smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I've been praying for you now. And here you come. And look what she telling. She say, therefore can I for to meet thee, to seek thy face, and I have found thee. I have decked my couch with coverlets, with striped cloths of yarn of Egypt. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with love. He said, come to the house. It's smelling good, and let me put it on you.
You go there, she got the candles lit, rose petals on the floor.
She got the incense.
The incense burning.
Yeah, the candlelight dinner, you know what I'm saying? All candlelit in there.
Fingernail polish.
I said, come on, take our fill until the morning. He stayed the night.
Yeah, he went too far. It was too late at that point. From the moment he started listening to her. But she said she flattered him with the words. Well, everybody else called him ugly.
When
She
started telling
called him Denzel. Anybody ever told you look like Denzel?
And also, you know what I'm saying? You know, if she got a bed covered like that, you could just imagine how she smelled. Some of y'all women in here, y'all know how, you know, a dude that smell good can make y'all lose, you know what I'm saying? All your senses. Get a whiff of that cologne, be like, oh my God.
Like, what is
that? Just shows how many men that she been with. Like she got this down pat. She done did this so many times.
Right. But this what she do. And then to a unlearned person, not knowing, and out there in the streets with no guidance, no spiritual foundation at all, it's easy to get caught up in this stuff. Then for us that do start keeping the laws and starting to grow, Solomon warning us for this type of person.
Right. There's nothing gonna come good from this.
Nothing, right? What come? Broken home, bastard children's, you know what I'm saying, who grew up to hate their parents, then what they call them, the love child, and then they're not expected by the family. They didn't actually be in that situation, number one. And this is all the stuff that we don't see when we do this, when we make these bad decisions.
Look at verse 19. It says, for my husband is not at home. He is gone a long journey. He hath taken the bag of money with him. He will come home at the full moon.
You got it mapped all out. She got the time down. You got to be gone by 12 because, you know. But the dude said he wanted to that night. He wanted to, what it said up there? He would let us, verse 18, let us come and take our fill of love until the morning. You're going to have to take one of them blue pills.
Oh man, I can't laugh. I want to laugh. I'm laughing over it.
Verse 20 says for 19 again, what Eric just read. For the good man is not at home. My husband's not at home. He is going on a long journey. He have taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the day appointed. So he done took the little cheese and he's gone. So this ain't about no This ain't about no bread with her. This just what she do. And she married.
Mm-hmm.
She yeah. I can relate to that. Verse 21 says, with her much fair hair, with her much fair speech, she caused him to yield with the flattering of her lips, she forced him. He had done crossed the line.
And she put him in a position to die, because the scriptures say if a man sleep with another man's wife, like
Right.
pretty
They
much
both
you're
ought to be
signing
put
up.
to death.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And you know, it's just something about these Negroes, especially the rappers, because they love taking other dudes' woman.
Yeah.
So it's them all day.
They
See a
think
beautiful
that's
woman
a good
who
thing.
easy.
They highlight that like that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they sleeping around with each other.
You know what they call. You know what they call Trey Songz is Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Mr. What?
That's what they love. Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Wow. I don't know what type of gay name that is, but
That's why I said they sleep. The couples, they sleep with each other. They swingers and all kind of crazy crap.
Oh, he said it's Mr. Take Your Girl.
He's still him all right. That's why he was just in court for rape.
Uh-huh. I'm talking about like she got a way to talk to a man and make him feel good. She married already. She got a husband, so she know how to get a man, and she
watch what
know
it
how to
says.
talk to him.
Mm-hmm. Right. This what she do. This her profession, and she can see a green nigga coming from a mile away.
Mm-hmm. 22. It says he goeth after her straightway as an ox that goeth to the slaughter, or as one in fetters to the correction of the fool. You know, an ox is considered like one of the dumbest animals.
Right. Yep. So he's following her just like a dummy.
Mm-hmm.
And like somebody pointed out, like she married, so she's setting. I think she's setting him up to die. He don't even see it. Verse 23 says, till a dart strike through his liver, as the bird hastened to the snare. Hasten to this like a bird rushing to a trap. So he's rushing to a trap and know not that it's for his life. So after this shit happened, it's about this dude's life. So then Simon turned around and said, listen, he just gave us a scenario. This is how this story gonna always go. It ain't gonna change. It's gonna always go like this. And we done seen it. We done been a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Verse 24 says, hearken unto me. Now he's going right back to get us refocused. Hearken unto me. Now, therefore, O you children, and attend to the words of my mouth. And this, what I just read to you, will not happen to you. And all of us know somebody that this done happened to. Hell, I done been that dude.
Nah, you still here. There's a lot of men that been caught in the act and got killed. So this is what it's talking about. Like you gambling with your life, dealing with this broad.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many men that die behind women.
And not only that, and this ain't look at this. This ain't even a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
This is a trick. And
She
like,
ain't
she don't even want no
even
money.
trick. Right.
She don't want nothing from him. She want his life. She ain't asking him for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
She just say, my old man just took the bag with him, so he gonna be gone for some days.
No, but then she said she had to pay her tithes, and the day came today.
Huh?
Didn't she say up in us that she had to pay her tithes, and the payment came today or something like that? She said.
Nah, she was shoot. That was a punchline.
Yeah. And
That pay her vow, which means
sacrifice.
hunting, and she gonna be successful.
Right.
Then
So
you
it's just
know,
like that metaphor that she.
got him.
Mm-hmm.
Metaphor, yeah, got him. Got me one. Just like the fellas when we at the bar too, like boy, look at what see how she looking at you, boy. Yeah,
Got him.
got him.
Mm-hmm.
She biting, dog.
Yeah, you could get his money.
Like how 50 Cent say, if I wink my eye at your girl and she smile back, she gone.
Uh-huh.
Then we don't supposed to say uh-huh.
Oh.
He said uh-huh the wrong way. Uh-huh.
You know what?
You gotta watch you at 50 Cent.
He just said,
25, it says, "Let not thy heart decline to her ways. Go not astray in her path. For she hath cast down many wounded. Yeah, a mighty host are all her slain. Her house is the way to the netherworld, going down to the chambers of death."
Mm.
Uh, it's a one-way ticket when you go down there.
This like the Black Widow. Y'all know the
Oh,
Black
and
Widow.
remember. Oh, and
She
remember,
made.
she's. Oh, you was about to say something, Al?
I say she's like the Black Widow. You know, they mate with the male and then they kill.
And also, she's a strange woman, so she could be like she could be detrimental to the nation of Israel. Like we don't know if she's doing it for her nation, like Delilah. You know what I mean? We don't know if she's doing it for her nation or if indirectly she a part of what's killing the men. You
Mm-hmm.
know, but it could be either way. Either she working for somebody like Delilah, or she indirectly just causing all these men to just go downhill. All these men, Israelite men,
Mm-hmm.
Right,
because
come
we
on,
know
man.
she not for the Most High, so she not a part of. She not an Israelite.
right. She's a lawless woman.
She's a loose woman. It's the old school word. Loose.
Mm-hmm.
That was loose
We
woman
might be
right
able to,
there.
we might be able to squeeze a couple of them out of 8.
Mm-mm. It's 8:30. That's time.
Oh, okay. I thought we started. Okay, right. We did good tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We did good tonight. So listen, man. Find out a way how to attach these commandments to us. How do we get more acquainted with them? You might want to. Some of us might want to read more. You know what I'm saying? But we got to find some type of. We got to discipline ourselves to like really observe this here because this is all protection. This is all protection. This is actually, this. He telling us how to do it. Telling us how to do it. Giving us the game.
Mm-hmm.
Who to look for,
Mm.
what lock to look out for, and what to do. Said
Right.
embrace, hold on to wisdom with your life. It's worth more than silver and gold. Because look, Solomon didn't ask for silver and gold. He asked for wisdom, and God gave him the silver and gold anyway. So if we do the same, we can get the same. It's the same as putting him first. And then you get the he tell us, put me first. And then I give you this stuff. But if you don't
Mm-hmm.
shortcut and go try to get it yourself, by all means, go right ahead. I'll be right here.
Mm-hmm. I
Remember,
wanna ask.
I didn't leave you. Uh-oh. That
I
was
I
good.
wanted to ask y'all something. How many y'all could come off y'all mic too, because I really want to know how many of y'all got life insurance.
Me, 2 policies.
I got one. Looking for another one.
I got 3.
Dang.
How many? That's it. There's Al, Stella, and let me get this right. 'Cause I don't want to call you by I want to call you by your new name, Lachey. Lachey.
Let's say keep insurance.
Yeah.
But this is and I'm pretty sure that happened to a lot of us who done lost loved ones. You know what I'm saying? Like you lose a loved one, and it's a time of sadness, but you can't even really be sad because you got to pay for the funeral. And if they don't have insurance, you're stuck with a bill. Like my uncle's going the the lowest price that they got so far, the lowest estimate they got was 23,000,
Wow.
and we not sure if he had insurance.
Wow.
So now, like this is a time of mourning, but we can't mourn. We got to get on our stuff and try to see how we gonna pay for it.
Right.
So that's why like having the insurance
Very
is
important.
very important because you don't want to leave your family holding the bag.
Right.
So if y'all don't have insurance, I would strongly suggest y'all get insurance. Use wisdom. The scriptures talk to us about the wise man that leaves something behind for his kids. So you get a good insurance policy, they can pay for your funeral and have some,
The left,
to take,
right. Yeah.
right? But if
And
you
if,
don't have, now you're just taking away from the
yeah.
family.
Yeah.
From people who already ain't got it.
Right.
So, Eric, that quote you got, the 23,000, is that for the whole funeral service?
That's it.
Yeah. That's for bringing him down and burial and everything.
Yeah, but that insurance thing is really, really good because a lot of us, some of us got teenage sons and stuff, and our kids be good. It be other kids that go and do stuff and then come around our kids,
Yeah.
and we what they done, and when this, you know what I'm saying, and sad to say, that's what we live in. So getting life insurance is exercising wisdom.
Right. It's exercising wisdom. Because you do not want to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure my uncle was here. He wouldn't want to, scrambling trying to figure out how we gonna pay for the funeral. So, but we can make them choices while we here. So take out an insurance policy. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're saving your family a headache, it's a grieving process, but you don't want that to be also grieving and you leaving them holding the bag and trying to figure out something.
Right.
And if y'all
And
need a agent, I have one that'll get y'all a policy that's very reasonable and affordable monthly.
I got one too.
I would like that information.
Okay, y'all
and
can
I'm
forward it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
and since
I
we
got one too, Robin. So you could talk to both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, and just look for to see who gonna give you the best quote. You just tell them what your budget is, and they'll find you, a policy within that budget
Mhm.
for whatever it is that the debt benefit that you want. So
Okay.
Right.
I'm gonna add this to them. I'm gonna piggyback on that a little bit. They got 2 types of insurance. You got whole life, and then you
in
got
turn,
Time.
the term is for whatever period you agree for it to be. With whole life, you can actually borrow after 2 years off that policy.
yep,
So if
it's
I
an
got $1 million,
investment.
Right. If I got $1 million policy, after 2 years, I could borrow 10% off of that policy, and I don't have to pay that. I don't have to pay no taxes on that or nothing. I'm taking 100,000 off of the million, and that's what white people do. That's one of the ways how they send their kids to college. That's one of the ways how they help themselves.
Yep.
A lot of us don't know that this stuff is old, but it was never taught to us. So this is one of the ways that it'll help you out of that hole. I mean, you get life insurance for like as little as some of them is like $12 a month. I mean, based on how much, if you're just trying to cover a funeral, I'm gonna say maybe $20,000, which it costs you $12.
With no medical clearance.
Right. You don't got to take no exams and none of that stuff there. So like that's something that we need to look into and use some wisdom and not be stuck up, trying to ask everybody to help us do this, to help us do that and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let's do what we can go. We can find that money. I mean, we found a way to get our haircuts and our beard, all that stuff. You can find that.
And just think about it. It's something that if the Most High forbid something happens to you, and that way that these things will be, these expenses will be taken care of.
Yep.
So we're gonna die anyway.
All right. That's one thing we promise. We promise to die. We all got an expiration date.
So you can be wise and have plan for this here, and then have your little extra something to, based on what you can afford. But it's prepared then, because nobody don't know. Nobody can't give you a date when they're gonna die. No, none of us.
Yep.
This might be some of our last Bible study. We don't know.
Right. Bless you.
So this ain't something to sleep on. Like, make this happen as soon as you can. And whoever you're doing it with, ask them about the term and the whole life. If I could do it all, I would have got whole life. I wouldn't have got the term.
Not too late. It ain't too late. You can
I was just about to say,
transfer your to a whole life.
Yeah, you could transfer it to a whole life.
Yeah, you can actually get a whole life. Convert. That's what they'll call it. You can convert your term to a whole life.
Okay, well I need to do that because I've been with these people for about 15 years.
Yeah, you can just convert to a whole life policy then.
So these some of the things that we need to think about while we're here, because it's unfortunate sometimes when it's just all of a sudden, but nobody promised to live forever. So one day we got to deal with it, and you want to leave your family in the best condition that you can. You don't want them mourning your death and trying to pinch pennies to try to bury you. So you can try to set up for that and set that stuff up now.
Right.
All right. Good night, y'all. Love y'all.
This one here was recorded, right?
Yeah.
All right. Shalom. I just shared the Deanna Jenkins. That's the insurance lady there. Y'all can get in touch with her. And just ask her for quotes. She'll send it to your email, and she'll get you started ASAP. And as well, Eric, you share yours in the chat too. That way that, they can they can shop with both to see which one will come out cheaper. But they might work with the same agency. So, just it's good to just check. Get out your mouth.
Thank you.
No problem. Y'all have a good night.
You too. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Have a good night, everybody. And I just shared the other person.
Okay.
Good night.
All right. Good night.
All right. Good night, y'all.
That must have actually said that.
All right, y'all.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.